Yo, tell me I'm unlocked the way that girdle. I got stock. Hey, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Game Sketch. Today, and only today, we are here with another big Sonic news roundup. There has been a lot of news over the last 2 weeks, you know, whether it's new CrossWorlds stuff, whether it's Game Award nominations, whether it's a bit of predicting what might be coming, but we got a lot to talk about. So as always, please consider subscribing to here. But I also did want to say a little bit for the people that care. Thank you so much. We just hit 75K on YouTube, which is massive. We are on now the road to 100K, so please keep supporting, subbing, yapping in the comments as you do, and let's just get right into this, bro. All right, so first things first that I want to get into is the Switch 2 edition of Sonic Racing CrossRoads. So they officially dropped the trailer for the game, and from the details that they've shown, it is like 1440p, like 60 FPS. In handheld, it's 1080 60. I think docked it goes up to like 2K 60 FPS. It's basically the full package you would expect on the Switch. It's coming out December 4th. Sadly, there is no cross progression from what I understand. I wish there was, because genuinely, like, for me, a kart racer like this, playing it on the go or like in handheld mode in bed or whatever would 100% be the wave. But it's hard to justify just because, like, I will, you know, have it. But it's nice that SEGA actually learned their what the hell happened here? It's nice that SEGA actually learned their lesson here, and it's actually just a $10 upgrade. Because if you remember, the biggest problem with SEGA's launch games for the Switch was that, like, there was no upgrade to Sonic X Shadow Gens for Switch 2. Or some of their other games like Puyo Puyo. You had to just rebuy them straight up. So I'm glad that they actually understood the assignment here. And a $10 upgrade for, like, what is, you know, better resolution, all that stuff, I can live with that. You know, I'm cool with that price point. But yeah, I mean, this is coming out December 4th. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, I really do feel like it's not a big deal, but they definitely missed out on some potential sales by not having this be like cross progression. Because I genuinely would, you know, I would literally buy this thing. And I probably will get it just so I can test and try it out, but I would play it a lot more if I had all my stuff, because I don't want to unlock all that stuff, especially like the festivals and stuff. And of course, we do have to talk about the massive piece of news that came out of last week, and that is, of course, right, the DLC, right? That's right, we got the official DLC for Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, the next wave of free characters. And I figured we'd kind of talk a little bit about the next wave and what might be coming in the future. So first of all, Knights finally acknowledged, right after. It's so funny because we all know the story of Knights, a character that has been on the back of the box since the game came out, and now they're finally just acknowledging them. It was always weird that they did it. It was always weird that they were in the back of the box with no acknowledgement. But here's Knights. I'm gonna assume that Knights is gonna come out December 4th as a free character, because it seems implied that on the day the Switch 2 version drops on the 4th, that Knights would probably be the free character, and they're going to be dropping a big patch. So Knights comes with extreme gear, which is good because I'm pretty sure the last few DLC characters besides Miku have all been cars. So it's nice to know that we're going to get an extreme gear with Knights. And Knights, what's cool about them is the voice acting doesn't really matter, right? I feel like they've been kind of smart with some of these picks. Like Knights doesn't have really a voice, so the voice doesn't matter. And of course, even II coming up next. So December 2025 is fire. I love that they have II here. I love even the way they are doing reveals as an exciting way. You've got over here like the big II reveal. He's got his monkey banana mania design. Even like his little smile animation here is so cute. Obviously the most sensible character to pick because, you know, massive part of SEGA. Sonic was in the last Monkey Ball game, and he's got his, you know, monkey car, but he's so cute. I 100% will be adding II to the main roster. And look at his little head spin. Yeah, no, dude, do your thing, bro. It's always also a little unsettling when they're not in the actual Monkey Ball. So that'll be the free January character. We love that for, and of course, massive character pick we have to genuinely talk about is finally our first, obviously, you know, they're not in a main game, but this is our first major console appearance of Tango and Whisper. Pretty much like I would say for a lot of people, this is going to be two characters that most people are going to experience for the first time and find out who they are from this game, right? You know, and obviously we know that they're canon to the world because the IDW is canon, but also even Sonic in Frontiers has that one dialogue where he says like, oh, Tangle would love swinging around here. And yeah, I'm just so happy that they're in. They have their own like full 3D models. They were in the mobile game, but like, you know, you could even see the cute little tricks they're doing. And it's funny, the theory was right the entire time that this vehicle color was always going to be for Tangle. And the extreme gear was always for Whisper. I like that they do poses from the IDW covers. They're just so cute. Like, especially having like Whisper here is so unbelievably cool. I am like overjoyed, you know. I am over the moon about this. Look at her, she's got like her little gunbrella over here. Even her board is the one that's like already literally in the game, so it's so beyond cute. She has like a little wave. She's adorable, and like look at them both, their victory animations, they are unbelievably cute. I do wish these guys of all characters had voices, but yeah, no, this makes me unbelievably happy because it's just cool to finally have them in a game. I do wonder, obviously, you know, if they are gonna finally be in a mainline game. Like, is this them testing the waters a little bit of like their popularity? How many people will play them online to see, hey, maybe it would be cool to have like a side quest with them in the next game or something, because that is still like my dream and my hope, right? That the next like mainline game has side quests with like some of the Sonic characters that might not be like main story types. But this also does officially open the door for weird picks. Like, we could potentially get a Surge, right? Or even that doll character that's in IDW, or even, you know, maybe Super Neo Metal from IDW, you know, like a bunch of characters, Starline, like that. This kind of begins that floodgate of extra characters we could see. Maybe not for at least year one, but year two, or even just in other games. It's good to see the SEGA team fully embrace the IDW gang. But regardless, I am super happy. And again, just like a game that is getting constantly supported with these free characters, you know. And now we know the library up to February, and then obviously they dropped the trailer for SpongeBob, and the SpongeBob trailer is hysterical. It is literally just like the Krabby Patty meme of it getting closer with the top, and it just does this straight up the entire time with the burger car. It's so cool. It's so cool. So it joins the race November 19th over here. So shout out to SpongeBob. We're going to be playing that very soon. And obviously you have like the little copyright down here. Man, I gotta say though, bro, this game, and I'm gonna talk about it a bit more after we just get into the next thing. This is the big one I'm super excited to talk about. So we have our official, like, genuine, real ranked competitive mode coming to the game finally. So here it is. The ultimate showdown of top racers is coming to the Legends competition approaches. Race your way to the top of the new Legend grade ladder. Only players ranked Legend 9 or higher in the world ranking can join. Climb as high as you can before the event begins. So this is it. This is the Legends competition they're going to be holding. We can zoom into the image over here. So starting December 4th, round 1 of this will be going down until the 21st. This is only if you're Legend and higher, and it seems that there's going to be 2 tiers. You are either, you know, going to make it to the top rank and get Emerald Racer ranking, or you're going to be an Elite King and get the top 10 medal. Now, there's no way in hell I'm going to be touching the top 10, but I would like to receive at least the round 1 Emerald Racer. And this is a huge deal, man. Like, I cannot stress enough, like, how much of a big deal this is. This is basically a 2-week period, and this is the type of stuff people have wanted, right? Legend rank, you know, is something that is pretty, I'm not saying it's easy to obtain. You definitely have to still be like good at the game, but it's something that you can get over time. And now to reward the people that have gotten to Legend and want a bit more competition, you know, really want to play against the people that genuinely give a shit about the game still, this is such a good way to do it. I cannot stress how happy I am about this mode. And what's cool about this is this actually somewhat confirms something that was in some of the data mine leaks of the game. So when the game was data mined initially, people were able to find that, you know, this was in like the code of the game. But something else people were able to find, if actually I can go on my friend's Twitter account, shout out to Salty Seals. They're like a regular viewer of mine, and they really love Infinite, funny enough, and all that. But yeah, there was an old source code in the game when the game was leaking. There's an old code that was found that says course release 01 expected in January, course release 2 in February, March, all the way up until December. So it seems like there's also potentially going to be free character drops in the game, free course drops in the game starting January, which I would love that. Maybe that's going to be a Game Awards announcement. Of course, we're going to be talking about the Game Awards extensively, but yes, I think this is going to be a big deal if we get somewhat a free course every month. I would actually like if they were CrossWorld editions. I don't know. There's something cool about if maybe they did like, hey, every month you get a new CrossWorld, so they show up in the rotation. But I'll also take a main course. I won't be upset at that, because if you think it's 12 main courses, then you have like 1, 2, 3. You get 3 new cups of courses essentially, and then with the DLC characters, you get 2 more. So that would be 5 additional course cups added to the game, potentially just for year 1. And so this is the shit I'm talking about, right? And of course, and something even weirder that happened yesterday, or today actually, was this. They announced like a new sticker pack for something called Hidden. Now, I think Hidden, I looked it up a bit, it's like a racing brand event that's going on. You can get these like H rings going around. Again, I'm not really too certain about what the fuck this is, but it seems like you get this car color, you get these free stickers in the game. There's really not much to this trailer, and then they just say Sonic Hidden Motorsport News Network coming soon. So yeah, I gotta say, man, I am so beyond happy with the support this game is getting. Like this is the type of shit we're talking about here. We're talking about a game that since launch has gotten Miku, Ichiban, Joker, all for free as characters. We are about to have our 2 massive DLC packs, one for Minecraft in October, and then SpongeBob is about to come out. We have had, you know, bi-weekly to every 3 weeks festivals going on in the game, and now we are seeing already, you know, legend, you know, ranking modes, as well as the next set of characters. Like, they are giving a shit about this game. Like, this is some of my favorite support I have seen for a kart racer, and it just feels like they are gonna keep the momentum going. I genuinely hope this game sells a lot during the holiday, because they clearly are like providing so much for it. It feels like basically if they follow this, where we might be potentially getting free characters, you know, throughout the year, as well as these potential free courses, as well as the DLC characters, we're talking about a game that for the until, you know, December next year is pretty much locked in to have new content every 2 to 3 weeks, which I think is perfect for a kart racer, because that just gives you a reason to just come back every so often, you know, because it's not always going to be that you're addicted to the game. At some point, games become like, I'll jump in when there's something new. And well, if there's something new constantly, then you are just gonna be happy at some point. This is just like, this to me speaks volumes about the game. And again, we still have 5 more or 6 more free DLC characters, and now the world's our oyster. I have no idea what might be coming. I do know one of the initial leakers for the game on Twitter had posted a GIF of Whisper a long time ago, but they had also put a picture of Movie Sonic. So maybe Movie Sonic and Shadow might take like 1 slot. But we'll see. You know, we'll see what they do. But hey, if they do more, I assume we're gonna get a few more SEGA characters. Like, you're probably gonna get Oolalala. You're probably gonna get a Crazy Taxi character, a Jet Set character, and then 3 others can kind of be how random they want to be. You know, I think they gotta have an Angry Bird. I think an Angry Bird is a lock, and there's still the potential of Among Us. I believe in it. All right, but something massive we need to talk about is the Game Awards, right? The Game Awards has been a hub for just Sonic announcements over the last few years. You know, we got the big Sonic Movie 2 trailer at the Game Awards back then. We got Sonic Frontiers revealed at the Game Awards. We got Sonic Racing CrossWorlds revealed at the Game Awards. So Game Awards has been pretty good about having something Sonic related there pretty much all the time. In general, Jeff Keighley's shows have had something Sonic constantly. And today, the website went up showing that CrossWorlds actually has 2 nominations. So the first nomination is for Best Family Game, as well as Best Racing Game. Now, the competition for Best Family Game is interesting. It's like Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, Sonic Racing, CrossWorlds, 2 Lego games against it. And I don't think it's gonna take Family Game. I think this is the one that goes to DK Bonanza, because DK Bonanza is actually nominated for Game of the Year. So since it's probably not winning Game of the Year, it's probably going to win Best Family Game. But Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is also nominated for Best Racing Game, and it's against Mario Kart. And then it's like the generic sports games. I think it's like, you know, I think it's like FIFA or like, you know, one of the racing Need for Speeds or something. But regardless, and I think one of the only other ones they got to deal with is Rematch, which is like that soccer game or football game that people really like. So yeah, I'm really happy. I would love if Sonic Racing won this. I have a feeling it's not going to, just because, you know, the jury for stuff like the Game Awards seems like they're gonna be like, oh, we love Mario Kart World. You know, it kind of feels like the obvious thing that they're gonna go for, sadly. But hey, I would love to be surprised and go with Sonic, because I genuinely, like, I don't even mean this in just like a fanboy way. I think we can all agree, like, the support Sonic Racing has gotten in just 2 months and just how much more enjoyable it feels is so good. But of course, Mario Kart is still, you know, Mario Kart. It's probably gonna do really well. And we actually, funny enough, got Sonic Rumble nominated for Best Mobile Game. Now, I don't think Sonic Rumble is gonna take it. I think Sonic Rumble, it's against like Persona 5X, it's against a Destiny game, it's against Uma Musume, which I love Uma Musume, so I'd be happy if that won. But again, it's cool that Sonic Rumble even got nominated in this. It's kind of crazy and kind of funny, but hey, like, I'm cool with that. More nominations is more eyes on Sonic. But people are extremely upset at the biggest snub of the Game Awards, because the website's not working, is for Best Adaptation. Sonic Movie 3 was not nominated. Now, if you guys remember, Sonic Movie 3 actually came out last holiday season, and so it missed the cutoff date for the Game Awards, which sadly means that it was not able to make it for last year. And people were hoping it was going to get nominated this year, because this year's picks are fucking dog shit. I think it's literally like, if I could somehow get on this website that doesn't work, it's literally stuff like the Minecraft movie, Last of Us Season 2, some random Splinter Cell show, the DMC show people didn't like. It's not a great lineup, and I wish more people, you know, fought for Sonic Movie 3. Now, again, this is just the curse of games and things that came out the year before that are going to be nominated for the next year. I feel like you really got to be something that the jury loves to make it out of like that. Oh, wait, even though that came out last year, let's bring it over here. But yeah, regardless, 3 nominations for anything Sonic is still a big win. I'm still happy about it, and I'm hoping for the best. And of course, you know, when it comes to the Game Awards, right, like I said, it's home to a lot of Sonic announcements, and I am hoping we get something. I think whether it's a remake, whether it's maybe more Sonic CrossWorlds DLC, whether it's costumes or potential free courses, or even, man, the next mainline game. I mean, it is, if you're gonna do it, the Game Awards is the place to do it. I mean, that's the biggest stage in gaming now. You know, this is essentially like E3 back in the day for the video game industry. So if Sega wants to lock in, begin the 35th anniversary hype train, I feel like having a teaser trailer here would be more than enough, and I think it would be a huge moment. All right, let's talk a little bit about Sonic Rumble. So obviously Sonic Rumble is saying here we've reached 15 million Rumblers. I actually got to talk to the dev team about the game, so I'm gonna have that interview go up in a few days. So shout out to that, and of course thank you Sega for inviting me. We've reached 15 million Rumblers. Over 15 million players have joined the Rumble worldwide, and the reception has been incredible. The Sonic Rumble team sends its heartfelt thanks to all our players and everyone who shared their experience and suggestions. Your feedback is crucial in guiding the team to improve Sonic Rumble. Our goal is to continually improve the game, which is why we're sharing with you the improvements we intend to make in the short, medium term. And if this isn't a reason to celebrate, join 15 million milestone missions starting November 18th to earn 300 star rings, skill stars, and more. So the game has been out for a little bit. Sorry I haven't had like a full review of it. I feel like I haven't invested as much as I need to before I do something like that. But a massive piece of controversy that has happened since the game's launch is the in-game currency, how many menus there are, which I've talked about when I made the video playing it. that is just too much, right? There's just too much stuff going on. But it does seem like the dev team wants to address this directly, because they are straight up saying here, our plans for future improvements, making items like skin and red starrings easier to obtain through playing the game, making the shop and in-game content more achievable, and revising the game interface and tutorial to add greater clarity on how the game functions. Because yeah, these I think are things that the game is suffering from. You know, I think the UI is a lot of clutter. There's a lot of menus, a lot of things, and obviously when it comes to in-game shops, it has been a problem, because I think like with Sonic community, they're a lot more passionate, and also I also think Sonic fans aren't used to mobile games. You know, I was thinking about this, how like I was playing Uma Musume, you know, the anime horse girls, and like, damn, bro, doing a 10 pull in that game is so fucking expensive. It's like $30 plus for a 10 pull, and that's like, you don't even guarantee the character, right? So it's like, this is just like a problem that all mobile games have in general, but it does seem like the team is hearing people out and want the game to be better, you know. And they're saying like, we acknowledge we failed to clearly convey where you can obtain red things through gameplay. We will continue to explore ways to communicate this information and be aesthetic. So they're explaining all that. I don't think there's anything too important you guys need to hear about besides that. But yeah, I hope it's a game that they support and bring to console eventually. I talked to the team about that, so praying. And there was the Sega financial report. So the hashtag Sonic game series sold 1.47 million units in the second quarter of fiscal 2026. Sega's parent company reports that's a total of 2.24 million units so far. The company highlighted steadily licensed revenue increasing cross-media visibility, new merge partnerships, and plans to leverage Sonic Rumble to boost engagement and annual revenue. However, outside of Sonic, the company's overall performance dipped due in part of sluggish video game sales and Rovio's financial shortcomings. I mean, this I kind of understand. Like, what is Rovio doing nowadays that like they were doing in the past? I mean, back in the day, it felt like Rovio had the mobile game industry by like the balls. You know what I mean? Like, that was the one. They had games left and right. They were pumping stuff everywhere. They knew what was up, and they're still like a powerhouse. They're still making money, but it's not what it used to be. I mean, mobile games are so different than they were back in the day. Back in the day, it was like, hey, you had a premium mobile game. Maybe you'd pay a few bucks for it, and you would lock in and get some microtransactions. Now there's 5 million gacha games, 5 million card games, all these different games wanting your time, money. So it makes sense that they're dipping. It's still so random that Sega bought Rovio. I mean, I understand what they were going for. They want their mobile game initiative to be bigger, but it's so weird. I feel like this, here's my thing, and this is maybe my hot take. I feel like the video game industry is like a little too late on the mobilification of their IPs. Like, for example, like PlayStation just announced some Ratchet and Clank mobile game, you know, and like you've seen Nintendo attempt mobile games. Even now they released that like random Fire Emblem mobile game, and you're seeing it, you know, with Sonic Rumble, and they're making that Sonic Blitz game. Like, I don't know, there's something about like when the big console IPs are trying to go on phones that I don't think works as well as like a game that is just inherently a phone game or a gacha game, right? I feel like it's like you either have to do that or you just gotta make something completely different. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comment section below. But there's always some kind of weird stigma of like, I'm used to this console quality game from my IP, and now I kind of have to downscale to a mobile game, and I just don't know if it works as well. But yeah, it does seem that Sonic is still doing well. Apparently the updated sales are that Sonic Frontiers are at 4.57 million units, which I don't know if it's ever gonna hit 5 million. It would be awesome if they did. And Sonic Superstars is like following along. It's at like 2.4 million, which I still don't think is big. Like, I think they want 2D and 3D Sonic numbers to be big, especially after movie 3. Like, I feel like movie 3 making damn near 500 million at the box office, I feel like really cements the series at a level where they wanted to make a lot more money. Which, speaking of movie 4, shout out to Sonic City for grabbing this from Daniel Rickman, I think. So Sonic the Hedgehog 4 rumored to have a bigger budget and expanded storyline. So let's read this up. The excitement around Sonic the Hedgehog 4 continues to grow as new reports suggest that the film may be Sega and Paramount's most ambitious collaboration so far. Following months of speculation about the story, its direction, and production scale, an update from the insider Daniel Rickman has reignited optimism among fans that the sequel will receive a significant boost in both scope and budget. According to Rickman, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 will reportedly feature a bigger budget than the previous films. I mean, that seems pretty obvious. This aligns with earlier rumors that the sequel will expand the Sonic cinematic universe with larger set pieces, enhanced visual effects, and a more narrative-driven story inspired by Sonic CD. If accurate, this would continue the trend of rising production budget across the series. The first Sonic film released in 2020 was around 85 to 90 million. Sonic Movie 2 was 90 to 110 million, and the third entry arriving in December reportedly costed about 122 million to produce. Analysts now expect Sonic 4 to exceed that figure, making it potentially the most expensive Sonic film ever. I think Gears would probably make this the most extensive Sonic project ever, right? And then so Sonic Movie 4 will increase. We'll introduce Amy Rose and Metal Sonic, expanding the live-action cast alongside returning stars Ben Schwartz, Idris Elba, Colleen Keanu, who may also voice Shadow the Hedgehog, following his teased return. Right, and yeah, man, I am so curious about this. It's funny, right? I wonder what they're gonna be doing with this movie universe, because I remember when movie 2 was about to come out, or was like near launch, we got the announcement of movie 3 and the Knuckles show. And so I'm surprised we have yet to hear of like another show or this heavily rumored Shadow the Hedgehog movie that like they want to do. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm a little surprised we don't know more about the Sonic universe. Maybe they want to play their cards, hold their cards to their chest for a little bit longer. Maybe they're not sure yet what they want to do, or there is some kind of budget stuff, or they want to be sure not to flood these movies. Because I wonder, I've said this before, when it comes to a AAA movie, when it comes to a big budget movie, I don't know how much an individual Sonic character can carry. And honestly, the only one I can really see do it is Shadow the Hedgehog with his grin. Obviously, we're hearing that this next movie is going to be potentially Sonic CD themed. And yeah, I think the biggest hope we have all had as like fans together, people working together, talking about this, throughout the years, is we want I feel like we've gotten the super forms, right? We've gotten video game storylines. We've gotten a bit of that serious tone. We've gotten character backstories like, Knuckles and Tails and Shadows better. Sonic, you could agree, is still like a little bit off when it comes to his character. But I think we can all agree the one thing we still universally need to see is Sonic locations, right? I think that's the biggest thing that we have yet to really explore, that was teased in the first movie with the Green Hill Zone area or the Mushroom Hill Zone area that you get a bit of into. Like, we need to see more Sonic locations in this universe, and this potential plot line of Sonic CD, where we might be going to the past or future, and a potential big budget this time around, tells me we might get a lot more Sonic locations. I think that's a big reason why they haven't been able to, because think about how much budget you need to basically create an entire set of a whole other world, right? Or all the CG that comes with that, all the work that comes with that. And hopefully now that they've got that bigger budget and that bigger narrative team and working production and all this stuff, they'll be able to do the more ambitious stuff that they want to. And obviously, there's still rumors and discussion of who's going to be casted for Amy and all this stuff. So it's just a big clusterfuck right now, just knowing what's to come. I guess last but not least here, Sonic Rush just celebrated its 20th anniversary. And we have two news pieces to talk about. In honor of Sonic Rush's 20th anniversary, we dug into the archives and found some original concept art of Blaze the cat. So first of all, I do like that throughout Blaze's history, the face pretty much remained the same. There is some design differences over here. I'm seeing a bit maybe of a more like Arabic look, kind of, maybe I'm just like, I'm Arabic, I could say this, kind of a little bit that Middle Eastern vibe with the fit. I'm actually kind of happy that they didn't go with Blaze just being angry because she's fire. I feel like I like Blaze being a bit of an elegant character, right? But it's cool seeing some of these design styles that they have for over here. This one is really cool. Her quills look extremely different in art piece, but it's always cool to see that fire was the main theme of her character and her being a little bit tired. This shot in particular is just so cool. I love that they do this. I hope they do more stuff like this, and I think we could all agree, like, we all want a bit more Blaze in this series. She is just such a cool character throughout that is just, it's nice to get stuff like this. And I want more Blaze. Like, come on, like, what are we doing, man? What are we doing with not enough Blaze in this series, bro? Give me more of my girl in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a Sonic Rush collection, whether it's having her featured in the next main game. I mean, like, she's a character that, like, just has so much impact and love for so many people, especially with Sonic Rush. Man, also, hearing Sonic Rush is 20 years old, I think I literally... part of me just died. Not out of like sadness, but just out of like, oh God, dude, like, why would you do this to me, bro? Why would you do this? All right, and last but not least, this is super random. So Bowling for Soup, the guys who made Endless Possibility, randomly just dropped this updated version of the song on YouTube, like, and nobody knows why. Nobody has any reason why. It's really random, and it's very clearly like a new cover that they made for the song, and it's actually available on different social medias. Now, I don't want to get copyright claim for them playing this, so I'm going to put the volume really low. You can go check it out on YouTube. But yeah, it's super random. It definitely sounds a little different. Like if I play it up a little bit here, let me put the sound up over you. And if you've listened to the song a million times, you can tell. Yeah, it's like, it sounds obviously a little different. Now, granted, these guys have aged literally fucking, what, 16 years since the game came out, since the song was made. So I don't blame them. But yeah, I don't know. It's gotten just fans thinking that, hey, there's a lot going on when it comes to Unleashed, bro. There's a lot, right? I mean, you think about having the Werehog as the DLC pre-order character. You're thinking of them randomly doing this Endless Possibility thing. They have assets for Alaska. They have assets for Rooftop Run. They have assets for Dragon Road, all from Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. It is a game that people really do love throughout the series. So, I don't know. I'm not saying that the next remaster is Sonic Unleashed, but I'm not saying it. Like, think about it. We have now gotten Sonic Generations from the Boost formula remastered with new content. We got Sonic Colors Ultimate, you know, for better or worse, depending on how you feel about it. And so the only Boost game that's really not available on modern consoles that seems like Sega pokes at every so often is Sonic Unleashed. And I don't know... it's weird. Sonic Unleashed is a game that fans I know adore. We all like really love, especially like over time now. We've all fallen in love with it a lot more, whether it's because of, stuff like recompiled or, being able to play it on PS5, not PS5, on Xbox Enhanced and all that. But I don't know. I'm not sure, right? Because that game is still, the Werehog is still super controversial overall. And I just don't know. How do you do that without like critics still not liking the Werehog, unless you completely revamp it or you make some kind of Unleashed sequel? I don't know. I'm just theory crafting because we have this random song dropped on us, and there's still a lot of Sonic Unleashed content that's just in CrossWorlds really randomly. But we will see. We will find out. But yeah, that's all the Sonic news of the week. So thank you all for watching. Let me know if there's something. By the way, I do want to show something cool. I went to Japan, right? And I bought a OG copy of Sonic Advance on the GBA because one of my earliest memories of Sonic was Sonic Adventure on the GameCube and Sonic Advance on GBA. So I figured I would just yap a little bit about that. But yeah, guys, I love you. Thank you all for watching. I love Sonic. I'm super excited. We keep winning. It's awesome. Thank you all for watching. You're the best. And of course, I will see you all next time. Peace out.